If you're looking for professional day trading education, high level trade analysis, and dissection, you have come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I have been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you exactly that high level professional day trading education, all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight, we are going to be going over, and I'm going to go over not only dissecting the trades that I took here today, but I'm also going to show you guys how to maximize the potential of your position. So let's rock and roll. I hope you all had a wonderful day. One sec as I fire up these charts. Let's do this. Okay, folks, I hope you all had a wonderful day. Let's rock and roll. So the very first trade, and for those of you that are just joining us, this is your first time, these levels aren't marking high of day or some other level. They're actually marking, these are placed prior to the market open, 30 minutes prior. So at 9 a.m. every single day, I develop trade plans, and that's what I trade. That's why you see the consistency that you do on this channel. I don't deviate from these plans. So this upper level was a short. The bottom level was a potential long. First trade to trigger, that's what we go with. So today we were working with a couple of shorts, both SPY and Qs triggered on the short. So now if you give me a sec, I am going to zoom in so then you guys can see the trades. Give me one quick sec here. I know everyone's got such a short attention span these days, but give me a sec. Let's rock and roll. So what we have here is pretty simple, straightforward opening price halfway in between this channel. I love trades like that. Qs actually gave us an opportunity to get involved with it early because of the minimal risk on the morning. So what I was looking for when the market, I got to get rid of the magnet. Once the market opened up, it popped into my starting position of getting into the pre-market range. And I was actually hoping it was going to continue up into that level because then I could simply average in, get a bigger position for the pullback. Now, it was pissing around quite a bit here this morning. Did give another opportunity here and here, but because of the nature of a grindy chart like this, you do have to be careful. I did end up executing SPY, and we'll get to that trade here in a second. But on this initial trade, very quick in and out, there was an opportunity for a quick little ad, and I locked in $5,783 within like, what is that? Less than 15 minutes on this trade on Qs. So overall, really, really great day. And then we have SPY. SPY's an interesting one, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. So it gave the opportunity to get involved with it. It basically ground up into that level. Now, I need to really zoom in and stretch this out so then you guys can see. Now, obviously, when the market's dead, it's a little more difficult. But when the market's live, there's a reason why I sniped that entry. So when we have these candles, you see as it comes up, it just like barely ticks higher. I was looking for any volatility, any type of pop. You cannot enter into a grind on a level. It basically you're flirting with disaster if you do that. Now, if you're entering in with stock, like with equity, it's all right because your price is your price. But when you're dealing with options, you really want to maximize your profit in these and potential in these positions. So because of the nature of premium, when it pops like that, that's the entry I'm looking for. And that's the entry I got. So as soon as it pulls back, I've already made money on it. It doesn't look like much, but it's a quick 10, 12% on the position, like almost instantly. So I'm going to lock in on that. So as it comes down, I lock in some more. I'm not interested in adding this into this position because it's been too grindy on the morning. And then there was a really nice lesson, a live lesson on these wash candles and why you wait for a certain signal to pay yourself. Now, if you really take a look at all of these exits, they're literal top ticks on every single wash candle. And at first glances, someone would think, oh, well, you're exiting your position as it washes down. That's not the case. There's a very specific protocol and something that you watch for on wash candles. And I'm going to explain it to you the best I can, again, in a dead market. And if you pay attention to this, and you wait to pay yourself like this, you will stretch out that position and you will make hundreds of dollars. And depending on the size of your position, you could potentially make thousands of dollars extra. So on this trade, once you've entered and you exited, you got that first reaction, all the hard work is done. Okay. When it does this, and I'm going to clean this up here for a sec, but when we have a very clear trend like this, once it breaks, okay, and it breaks that that first little range, you know you're safe. You're good to go. It's going to have some sort of follow through. Now, I'm not saying it's going to come back all the way to morning lows. It's definitely not what I'm saying, but you will have multiple candles of follow through. So you can be nice and patient and really wait for that exit to get the best price on that exit. So when these candles open and they will wash very hard to about here, about 3/4 of the way down. And then what it's going to do, it's going to pause. It's going to pop back up slightly. And then when it comes down and drops to, it'll stall out. It'll drop that little bit more. It's going to stall out for about 2 seconds. At that 2 seconds stall out, sell, because you're about to take advantage of your perfect timing. And what happens is when it stalls like that, you're going to get a little bit more drop. And that little bit more drop, you want to time it perfectly. Now, you might think that this little bit doesn't matter, and that little bit doesn't matter, and that little bit doesn't matter. But when you're talking about premium, it does. So the extra money that I acquired on this position is about 1 full point of premium, which translates into, depending on position size, thousands of extra dollars in a position, or at least hundreds. Okay. Now, I didn't have a lot left in this position, so it's not like I added tens of thousands of dollars to the position. But if the setup was a little better this morning and I decided to pressure into this trade, meaning get some size in, it would be thousands and thousands of dollars extra just by waiting, just like I said. So if you don't quite understand, or that went over your head, what I want you to do is watch this video, that specific part of the video, over and over and over again. And I want you to watch before trying to execute that yourself and implement it yourself. You need to watch. You need to have confidence in what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm not telling you to blindly just do it. You don't know me, right? The members do, but you guys don't. So watch for that. Next time we have a sell-off like this, once a trend breaks and you start to get that crack and you're going to get that follow through, watch. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm going to repeat that one more time. So when we break, you're going to have a wash in that candle, and it's going to come about to here. It's going to be a nice big wash, and then it's going to pause, and it's going to come back up a little bit. It's not done selling off yet. Okay. When it comes back down, it's going to pause. So when it breaks the low of that it just put in, it's going to pause. It's going to be about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds worth of pause. It's not going to move. It's just going to flatline. It's going to stay there. That's when you enter. Or sorry, that's when you exit. Get out of your position or profit to pull off some of your profits, because the timing involved there, by the time you hit sell and your order goes through, it's going to slam down and you're going to get filled at that much better price. That's why I market in and market out with my positions. Don't be setting limit orders. Limit is exactly that. It will limit your potential in these positions, especially with options. Don't use limit orders with options. Get the fuck in and get the fuck out. And if you can work and master your timing, you can really take these positions to the cleaners. Now, granted, it's not a huge position. On SPY, I locked in $2,470. It wasn't a large position though. And on this, like I'm approaching about 100% from my entry to best sell. It's very close. It's about, I don't know, 80, 90%, something in those lines. But this, if it was a better setup on the daily chart and it wasn't so grindy, this would have been a big position. It would have been a monster trade. Now, it is a shame if you take a look here at the potential on this day. There was a lot of potential on today, right? Like huge potential on the day. But what happens is the setups right now I've been noticing are a little bit later than about 10:30. And especially today, I needed to take Chrissy to the pharmacy and get her looked at by a doctor. She's not feeling well. She's definitely feeling better now, so that's good. Everything worked out. I do love this place for that. And yeah, the potential on the day was monstrous, but I never think about the trades that I miss or anything like that. Because if you do, you're just living in the past. I'm not worried about that. All I'm looking at now is my potential trades for tomorrow morning. And that's what I'm going to work on now. So if you want to learn from someone that can actually show you how to do this, and not only do I have an entry strategy, that's what everybody offers. They offer you some bullshit entry strategy. I've got an entry strategy, exit strategy, how to manage these positions properly strategy, a sizing strategy that will take you from small size to large size. There's multiple evolutions of it. We just had 2 more graduates come in, which I'm fucking absolutely couldn't be happier about. I'm proud of these members. Come to tricktrades.com. And if not, please, by all means, continue chasing your tails, watching free YouTube videos. But I do have 1,000 free videos for you to surf through and sift through. So have fun with that. And I will join the ones that really want to take this seriously on the inside of tricktrades.com. Adios, folks. Have a great evening.